November 13th, 1992, a battle of unbeaten stars. Evander Holyfield versus Riddick Bowe. Holyfield was the real deal, winning his first 28 pro fights. But he was 30 pounds lighter than Big Daddy as he defended his heavyweight championship in Las Vegas. While no one has ever questioned Holyfield's heart, the same cannot be said of his 25-year-old challenger from Brooklyn. Can Bowe, at 31-0, finally show he has the desire of a champion? Bowe Holyfield won. Next on Classic Night at the Fights.
Riddick Big Daddy Bowe, 6'5", 235 pounds, 31-0 with 27 knockouts, making his way to the ring. Joe Tessitore alongside John Scully. John, there has always been such talk of the upside of Big Daddy.
Well, I mean, he's a real heavyweight. He's a guy who you meet in person and you say, this guy is a heavyweight. He looks like a heavyweight. He's not a overweight guy. He's not 5'10", 230. You know, he's tall, he's big. He looks like a heavyweight champion is supposed to be.
And then there's Evander Holyfield. A lot of heart in those 205 pounds. Let's send it up to the ring to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of the Mirage, let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds of boxing for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks with red trim, and weighing in at 235 pounds. This 1988 U.S. Olympian and silver medalist has a perfect professional record of 31-0. His two-handed punching power has earned him 27 KOs. And tonight, he stands on the threshold of greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, from Brooklyn, New York, the #1 heavyweight challenger in the world, Riddick Big Daddy Bowe! And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red with black trim and weighing an even 205 pounds. He's also a U.S. Olympian, a bronze medalist from the great team of 1984. He was the first of that team to win a world title as a professional. His record now stands at 28-0, scoring 22 knockouts and capturing 2 world championships. Tonight, he is appearing in his 11th world title bout, defending his heavyweight championship for the 4th time. Ladies and gentlemen, from Atlanta, Georgia, presenting the undefeated, heavyweight champion of the world, Evander Holyfield.
Come on, baby.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want you to take yourself at all time, shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
Evander Holyfield coming off his title defense against Larry Holmes. That was 5 months ago. Prior to that, the victory over Burt Cooper, the 12-round decision win over Big George Foreman, and now his toughest test as the undisputed heavyweight champion, facing the unbeaten Riddick Bowe. John Scully, give us something to look for early on here that would be a big hint as to where this fight potentially could be headed.
Well, I think a lot of it's going to depend on if Holyfield can either make Bowe miss or if he can back Bowe up. Bowe has a great jab. Holyfield matched up with Larry Holmes, whose great jab was maybe 12 years earlier. He matched up with a big, strong guy like Foreman, but that was a long time ago also. This is a younger version in a sense of both of those guys. A big, strong guy with a very heavy jab. Holyfield has to avoid that jab, which he just got caught with a stiff one there. If Bowe can get his jab pumping and keep Evander on the outside, it's going to be a long night for Evander.
There's a right hand by Evander Holyfield. Joe Cortez, third man inside the ring tonight, breaks him apart.
There's another good jab. That jab is heavy, strong, fast, accurate, and he's getting it pumping early. It's only, I would imagine it's only going to get better as he goes.
Holyfield, the heavyweight champion, giving up 30 pounds to the title challenger. And 3 inches in height and 4 inches in reach. And just to look at Bowe and to see his presence in the ring, as you said, he has the look, he has the feel of a dominating heavyweight. It was interesting to hear the cornerman, the venerable Lou Duva, in the corner of Evander Holyfield as the introductions were taking place, saying, "You're the champ, you're the champ," almost convincing Holyfield when you look across the ring. Remember, you're the heavyweight world champion.
It's almost like a reminder, because you have to realize these guys have been here for a week. They've been in the hotel listening to the buzz. They've been reading the paper, watching the TV, and Evander hears all the praise that's being put on Bowe. So, and Lou knows that, so he's got to remind Evander, like, forget this guy. We're the boss. We're the champion here.
Psychology of the game playing early here in this heavyweight title fight. There's a combination from Holyfield, and then Bowe responds, digging a right hand to the body, and a good exchange. Very, very competitive, high energy first round. Good exchange here in round number 1.
And he's taking it. He's only at 205 pounds. He's a big cruiserweight, actually, but he's taking the punches so far. But you know, that could be chipped away at as we go. Early in the fight, too early to tell.
End of round 1. Crowd here at the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas getting their money's worth early on. That was a sensational high-level first round, as advertised, between these two great heavyweights, Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield. Right hand from Holyfield. But he's real. You get the sense, John, that Holyfield is not going to let Bowe feel as though he is so clearly the bigger man.
Oh, that's exactly right. I think he's trying to establish himself as the champion. He doesn't want to all of a sudden start backing up at this point in his career against this guy, so Bowe can think that he's running the show.
Look at this. Back and forth they go, trading toe-to-toe.
It's amazing that Holyfield can do this, you know, that he willingly does this, that he jumps right into the fire with these big guys.
Holyfield to the inside against Big Daddy.
But that's a good move because he's taking away Bowe's jab.
Smothering it.
Right, and Bowe had a great jab in the first round, and now he's being drawn away from it. You can't use your jab this close.
Now back out at range and smothers to the inside once again. It's like throwing a wet blanket on a hot fire.
Now the thing to look for here is on the inside. Initially, you would say that's a great thing for Holyfield, and it is in that he takes the jab away, but by the same token, he's a smaller man, a much smaller man, really, and the weight of Bowe pushing and tugging for 12, that's a long time to be pushing on a big guy like that.
That's definitely something that we will key in on a little later on in the fight and see if it does have an effect. Remember, 30-pound weight advantage for Riddick Bowe. And by the way, Riddick Bowe carries that 235 as well as you can.
Well, right now, some people might say, oh, we have a big guy, he's 230, 235. You know, and you're picturing a guy not so svelte looking. But this is a guy, like I say, he looks like a heavyweight. You look at him, you go, okay, this is a big giant of a man.
He's a big, fluid, capable athlete. You saw him land a right uppercut on the inside. Holyfield misses with the left hook, goes with an uppercut hook combination of his own, and now both men tempted with the infighting to land that uppercut. Holyfield tries with the right hand. Head to head, shoulder to shoulder they are. The first round fought at range, utilizing the jab and combinations. This second round, tremendous work on the inside by each heavyweight.
And you're right about Bowe being fluid, especially for a big man. You don't usually associate 6'5", 235-pound guys with being fluid. But this guy lets his punches flow. There you go. Nice right hand.
Very good right hand to close out the second round by Big Daddy Riddick Bowe.
Okay. Now you're beginning to wake up a little bit. On the inside, I want you to throw that double and triple left hook, and then follow up with your right hand.
Okay.
He's trying to lay inside. Once about take a step back to the puncher. Okay? Proceed.
Now here we go. I think now on the inside, these are short, sharp shots. Holyfield, he fights so hard on the inside, but Bowe's definitely willing to trade with him. And again, this is going to be good for early going, but I don't know how long it's going to last.
Joe Cortez needs to stay away from that stuff. He's thinking about going in there. He says, wow, this is bombs away.
Yeah, these guys aren't listening to stop, you know. It looked there like Holyfield was looking at the referee to help him. Maybe he thought there was an infraction going on. He got clipped.
It's one of the things fight fans have learned to love with Evander Holyfield. He's not going to look for many excuses. You saw him glance at the referee for a moment. When he realized Bowe's still punching, he's more than happy to partake in it. Round 3, undisputed heavyweight title on the line here in Vegas. Both men undefeated. Both men feel they have reached the prime of their career.
I love Bowe's jab. He's got one of the best jabs in the business for sure. Holyfield's got the biggest heart maybe in the boxing game. And the mesh so far is good. I mean, if they could ever keep this up for 12 rounds, this could be one of the best fights ever, the way they're going.
No doubt about that.
But you've got to, you know, conditioning is a huge factor. I mean, Bowe has not had the toughest career so far. He's fought a couple good names, but he hasn't been in a dog fight like this. Holyfield eats this up. And so the first 3 rounds, no matter who's winning, that doesn't necessarily dictate how the whole fight's going to go.
Well, unfortunately, so far in the career of Riddick Bowe, and although he has had a great run of it, the most memorable war and fight was actually the disqualification of Elijah Tillery, when Tillery was knocked down in the first round, but then there was action after the bell, and Tillery went karate on him and started kicking him, only to see Bowe's manager Rock Newman get up on the apron and rip Tillery out of the ring by his head over the top rope. That hardly prepares you for a moment like this. What does prepare him, though, are the natural gifts that he has, all that skill and athleticism, and forging it into a complete fighter in the gym.
And he had a ton of amateur fights. He was an Olympian, but he was a highly decorated amateur even years before that, as far back as actually as a 165-pounder. He was in a tournament with me back in 1983. So you're talking, you know, he's been around for quite a while. And of course, he had Eddie Futch working with him since he turned pro.
Well, you got to know Riddick Bowe very well in the amateurs, John Skelly, and sometimes there are things that are revealed in your amateur career that come back to haunt you in your pro career. Anything we should be concerned with?
Well, the one thing about Bowe, he was always a force. Like, even at light heavyweight, he was a force. But he definitely was dropped several times in his amateur career.
Good round here from Bowe, and all of a sudden the champ comes alive.
Bring out.
Surging forward.
He was, like I was saying, Bowe's been dropped several times. People know about the stoppage to Lennox Lewis in the '88 Olympics, but what a lot of people don't know is earlier in '88, he was actually stopped in more decisive fashion in the U.S. Championships by a 30-year-old Army veteran by the name of Robert Salters.
It's a long way from Brooklyn to the top of the world, but that is the trek that Riddick Bowe has chosen to take, and he is trying to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. But the Ultimate Warrior stands opposite him. 28-0 Evander Holyfield, the real deal, was off to a good start tonight in this title fight. I thought Bowe had a really good-looking second and third round. And here we are at the start of round number 4. Combination on the inside from Big Daddy.
what I like about Bowe, other than his good jab, and he obviously has a meanness in him. He's a fighter. He's along the lines of Holyfield, it appears to me. Like he'll dig down and fight, but he also counters very well. I think a lot of that's probably the work of Eddie Futch. He does some nice counters that the average person watching this might not catch. But he reacts real well to punches, especially when Holyfield lets a single punch go. He counters pretty good with it.
Very busy for a 6'5", 235-pound man. Active start to this fourth round. Now back out in range, and Holyfield places a left hook. Went upstairs, then down to the body, and then comes with a right hand to the belt line, does Holyfield. Back to the inside. Bowe has had success with uppercuts on the inside. Holyfield has been more than willing to take the fight there.
He's also having great success, and it's very subtle, but he's having great success sneaking in body shots. They're not real obvious body shots, but if you notice, if you pay attention, he counters up the middle a lot with sneaky body shots that definitely, they may not look like much, but they definitely have an effect, and you pile them on round after round after round. That'll wear a man down over time.
There's a 1-2 from Bowe. You can hear referee Joe Cortez warning Evander Holyfield about the head on the inside. Back out behind the jab, and Holyfield counters with a right hand over the top. Short right hand on the inside from Bowe.
Now, I'd love to see Bowe go back to the jab. In the first round, he showed that he could literally stick Evander with it. He could pop it right into his face. I don't know why you would get away from that. I would think a guy with a good jab would eat that up. He would love that. I don't know why he doesn't stay with that.
There has not been a round yet tonight where I've not seen that sequence right there. Both men willing to trade side to side with lefts and rights. You get the sense that both men have made a decision that if the fight is willing to go there tonight, if it has to go toe-to-toe, if it has to become that epic brawl, they will take it there. That looked like it was a little south of the border.
He tried to sneak that body shot in I was telling you about, and he let it stray a little bit.
Take a look back, John.
See, I think he's going to counter.
Yeah, that was actually very low. It happened just before the bell.
Let's go. Come on, come on, come on.
Start of round number 5 now.
And he should start it with the jab. Don't fall into that bang it out in close quarters fight all the time. Not every single round, because that gives Holyfield a lot of motivation. The last thing a guy wants to do is be on the outside and have his opponent sticking him with a telephone pole jab.
Holyfield just missed with the right hand. Bowe came right back, and then they trade again. Good stuff between these unbeaten heavyweights.
And that's what I like about Bowe. He's showing fight. He's trying to win the championship. He's not trying to coast. He's not trying to just be there. You can see he's coming to win. He's throwing big shots.
Holyfield, day in, day out, fight in, fight out, moment by moment, represents what it is to be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He does not take that lightly.
Definitely. He's defending his title tonight. He's not trying necessarily to win a boxing match. He's defending the championship of the world, and he fights like it. But I like what Bowe's doing in the sense of Bowe showing that desire that a lot of guys actually don't show. And those body shots, he just countered with a right hand to the body. A big man hitting a guy. You know, Holyfield has a very thin waist for a heavyweight. And, you know, he's got a small body.
It wasn't long ago that people were supposed to come in the form of Mike Tyson. That's not how it played out. He cashed in against Buster Douglas. Now, here in the 4th defense of his title, he gets the guy, the other heavyweight from the Brownsville section of Brooklyn. Not Mike Tyson, the guy who may have more upside heading into this decade of the 90s, Riddick Bowe.
And it's amazing because being here, you look at Holyfield, he's an impressive physical specimen, but he weighs 205 pounds. He's an overweight cruiserweight in a sense. He's the same size as Joe Frazier, who people said was a very small heavyweight. He's the same weight as Frazier was when he fought Ali, 205 pounds. And he just trades punches like he fights like a big man.
Difference being that Holyfield has that V-shaped athletic bronze Adonis look, where Frazier was a compact little fire plug who was swinging away with a wrecking ball of a left hook that was totally legitimate for a heavyweight. This is a blown-up cruiserweight that's just got such will, such heart.
And it shows you what desire, your mind. I honestly believe your mind, the strength of your mind power helps you take a better punch. It wills you through things. It's not just physical. A lot of it's mental.
End of 5. Lou Duva, the final words of advice for Evander Holyfield. Eddie Futch in the corner of Riddick Bowe. We were listening in after that last round. It was interesting to hear the corner of Holyfield saying that they think that Riddick Bowe is slowing down considerably. Now, obviously, they're trying to motivate their man, but do you feel there's any truth to that whatsoever, John Scully?
I mean, I don't know about considerably. I mean, you could sense maybe a little something, maybe, but considerably, really noticeably, I don't think so. And I think, you know, your emotions, you could be down for 10 seconds maybe, but you have a comeback. I mean, just because even if he looked a little weary in the last round, that doesn't mean he's not going to come out strong this round. This guy's a well-conditioned athlete. These guys are training for months for this, and at this point, with the atmosphere here, the electricity in the air, and what's up for grabs, he's going to fight. He's going to dig down and fight. He's not going to falter now, not after all this time.
Early on here in the 6th round, we saw perhaps the best work from the jab of Holyfield that we've seen since the 1st round. Of course, the pace, there's a good right uppercut on the inside. The pace that Bowe set early on, especially in rounds 2 and 3, it's easy to make that comment he's slowing down. Yeah, compared to what he was in rounds 2 and 3, when he was setting the pace of a guy 100 pounds less.
Right, everybody in the world would slow down at this, but one thing I think Bowe could do better on the inside, like here, say, for example, they're just standing there kind of pushing. Now, if you're in top physical shape,
that's a nice little uppercut
he sneaks it in there. If he was in top physical shape, he should walk Holyfield backwards. Like, he should establish himself as the bigger man. Show him that I'm bigger than you and I can push you around if I want to. Get a huge mental edge, but he's kind of letting Holyfield dictate a little bit of the inside work.
Did a lot of inside work tonight. Now Bowe does let the hands go a little more on the inside. And these aren't full-fledged shots where he can wind up, but he's such a big guy
that
it has an effect.
People, you have to realize those are deadly shots. The short 6-inch uppercuts.
Round after round after round.
That's deadly. I mean, if you remember, I'll give you a comparison. When Chavez and Meldrick Taylor fought, and it looked like Chavez wasn't doing anything. By the 12th round, Taylor's orbital bone was broken, his nose was broken, his cheekbone was swelled up. It was all those little uppercuts on the inside. Those are deadly shots.
More infighting now. And you can see that left arm of Holyfield. That was a concern for referee Joe Cortez. It was cupping and holding behind. There's a right hand as Bowe came forward. And once again, Cortez forced a break. Holyfield fires up the uppercut and then a cupping left hook. Right hand again from Riddick Bowe.
That sneaky jab right hand gets in for Bowe.
Lou Duva, final instructions to the undisputed heavyweight champion. Don't take any unnecessary punches. That plays into your analysis, John, of when on the inside, even these little shots. Don't let him score time and time again. Don't let him erode away at your guard.
Right, you don't want to let Bowe keep continuously sneak those little shots in there. Those add up. They swell you up. At the very least, these are 10-ounce gloves they're wearing. They're very small gloves. You can feel the knuckles through the glove. And so it's like, with a guy with that kind of force from a 235-pound man, it's like hitting your eye bone with your knuckle.
Evander Holyfield just went back to the right side, and when he did, he was in the path of the right hand, and then ate a right uppercut.
Now you see that? You don't see heavyweights do that. Bowe in the middle of all that dug down to the body. That's technique. That's beautiful work by a heavyweight.
We are early on in round number 7, and Riddick Bowe is scoring big.
He should pour it on a little bit. Try to get yourself a big round out of this. He's got to be in great shape with all the training he's been doing. He should take advantage of Holyfield. There you go. Keep working.
Left hand by Riddick Bowe. A little bounce in the step of Riddick Bowe. Now Holyfield falls back to the inside before pushing out. Of course, throughout his career, he has always matched fire with fire. Let's see if Holyfield has the answers now against the toughest challenge of his career.
This is where Bowe needs to give himself some room. This is the last place he wants to be, is on the inside pushing. Now he wants to take this opportunity. Maybe only has 15 or 20 seconds to do it before Holyfield regains himself. He should take this opportunity to land clean shots from a distance
where he can fully extend. Well, there's a good left hand. Holyfield opened up, and he ate some leather. Short right hand now from Riddick Bowe. Double jab from Holyfield.
Now he should jab right hand. Don't fall in. He's letting Holyfield back in the round.
Good uppercut on the inside from the champ. Holyfield doubles up that left hand again. What an active round it's been. Holyfield short left hand on the inside now before they tie up again.
And Holyfield put a nice move on it. He pushed him first out of range, back into range, and then threw the left hook. He opened him up for it. That's a nice veteran trick there.
Went to the body with the right hand. 1-2, and then back with the left hook, wow. And then in for a little more. So a mild comeback for Evander Holyfield in a round that was all Riddick Bowe.
Now here we go with action from the 7th round where they're infighting, and Bowe is surprisingly good at it compared to Holyfield.
All right, come on, let's go, man. Let's go, hold.
Round 8.
All right, let's go, come on.
That 7th round, the best round from Riddick Bowe, perhaps of the fight so far. Thought he fought really well in the 2nd and 3rd round.
What I like about Bowe, what Bowe should be doing, there you go, like that, a nice jab. Because Evander gets that little hop in his step at times. He looks like he wants to box, but he doesn't want to box. He wants to fight. He's looking for a reason to fight. Riddick should stick that jab right in the middle of Evander's hop. Get him involved in the fight again. Let him come in and bang it out a little bit more.
Oh, you saw that sneaky little uppercut when Joe Cortez was stepping in there from Bowe.
Bowe's been hitting Evander with a lot of those, and Evander just touched his eye like maybe he felt a little something. Maybe
he did it again. You see that right there?
Maybe there's a little swelling, maybe a cut. It's hard to see, but
something to monitor there.
Those shots, he did it again.
Oh, he's definitely affected by that left eye.
And I'll tell you what, I'll guarantee you it was from one of those little uppercuts that don't look like much.
There's a good right hand. Boy, that looked like something, didn't it?
Good right hand. That's Bowe's money punch all night. That quick jab right hand is getting in over and over. He should just keep firing it. Bang, bang. I mean, Evander hasn't figured out a defense for it yet. I don't see why he would. There he feels his eye again.
What a challenge for the undisputed heavyweight champion, Evander Holyfield. He just ate another right hand. By far, the most impressive Riddick Bowe we have seen in his pro career of 31 wins without a loss.
This is definitely what people expected from him.
Against this level of competition.
Definitely. He's showing, and like I say, I have to say again, you have to give credit to Eddie Futch. I think a lot of these little subtle tricks he's doing are things he didn't do when he was an amateur in the Olympics. I mean, this is Eddie Futch type of stuff that he's getting into with here now.
Remember, Lennox Lewis defeated him in the '88 Olympic finals. Ran his record up to 31-0, but doing that against middle-of-the-road competition or name fighters that were a little past prime. This a different beast in the form of Evander Holyfield, and so far tonight, Riddick Bowe passing the test. Good jab from the champ.
Right. His eyes, he's blinking his eye a little bit.
Holyfield tries to come in with a right hand, misses a left hook, fires up the right uppercut.
Looks like Bowe's right eye's bothering him.
So both men in this round bothered by an eye. And now Bowe comes back with a 1-2 before wrapping up.
Listen, nothing. Okay. Now 9.
Okay. Give me a minute.
Now in this sequence here, we're looking at the shot to the eye. It looks like he thumbed him. I would say he probably got a thumb in the eye, which that could be a factor. Could be double vision. He could have, scratched his eyeball. A million things could have happened there.
So we saw the ugly eye from Riddick Bowe. Meanwhile, you saw Lou Duva and the corner of Evander Holyfield working on a cut above the left eye of the heavyweight champion. Round number 9. Undisputed heavyweight title on the line. Right hand from Riddick Bowe, digging to the body.
Bowe digs that jab right hand. It's like a streamlined combination. It's very beautiful. I love the way he throws that. He should mix that in more, especially with Evander having a little cut now.
And coming off that 6'5" frame, there's a lot of velocity. Heck of a fastball he can pitch, isn't it, John?
It's unbelievable. For a guy that big, I mean, that's a very nice shot. I love the way he throws it.
There's an overhand right from Evander Holyfield. Almost a statement, I'm not going anywhere.
Evander defends the title. He defends it. Like he's not giving it up. He wants to always show, when technique fails, he'll show you that he's got dog in him, pit bull. He'll fight you back hard. Now here they wrestle with each other. With Bowe being so big, good punches there, but a huge mental edge he could gain by walking Evander back, using that size and making Evander feel small.
And that mental edge can become a physical edge. It's something we said we would bring up later in the fight. The time has arrived. 235 pounds, time and time again, leaning down, infighting, clinching, and doing that right there against a 205-pound man. It has to catch up eventually.
Of course. I mean, if I weighed 120 and I fought a guy that weighed 150, you can be sure he'd walk me around the ring. He'd push me back. He'd use that weight. It's common sense. And
State Commission wouldn't even license a fight like that.
Right.
But yet
they
are
do it here.
With a 30-pound
he should use every advantage. It doesn't make sense for a big man to allow the other man to stay even with him on the inside. He should walk him back and get as aggressive and physical as he can be allowed to by the referee.
One of the reasons why so many were so high on the prospect of Riddick Bowe having his career night tonight. The size differential against the big-hearted heavyweight champ. Lead left hook from Holyfield.
And Evander, he's a man getting hit with, deadly body.
Red's here. Give me the water. The water.
Oh, you see a playful Riddick Bowe preparing himself for the 10th round, coming off what was a very entertaining 9th round against the undisputed heavyweight champ. Let's take a look back, John.
See, now this is just a very good round, and Bowe's skill made it a good round, but Holyfield's desire made it a good round also.
Round 10. Well, that shows a lot of confidence from Riddick Bowe to play to the camera the way he did.
Right. Well, I don't know if you realize it, but he was imitating Muhammad Ali there in the corner. And what's funny is when we were amateurs, he used to come into our room at night in the Nationals, and he would imitate Ali, and he was actually very good at it.
Well, he's doing a pretty good impersonation of Muhammad Ali right here with a nice stiff jab. Oh, what a big uppercut!
Shot.
Big uppercut by Riddick Bowe. Holyfield is all over the ring.
There
he doesn't look like he's going to stay up.
Get yourself some room, Riddick. He's got to get room. Let that right hand go.
Riddick Bowe is trying to finish the heavyweight champion of the world, and he's got all the time to get it done.
He should give himself some room. There you go. Straight right hands. Dig the body. There you go.
Wow, what an explosion. How is Holyfield standing up? Now he holds behind the neck, but how in the world did he survive that initial uppercut? What heart!
Riddick needs to back up and settle down for a couple seconds, give himself some room, and throw the right hand as hard and straight as he can.
And if you're Holyfield, what could you be thinking?
You've got to cover up. You've got to get around him. You've got to go into a little bit of survival mode. I mean, now is not the time to be a man. Now is not the time to try and trade punches.
No, now is the time to clinch, hold, and just survive and try to hold on somehow, some way. Of course, we know that's not the nature of Evander Holyfield. That is right there, a lead right hand.
But you know what? It looks like Riddick might have gassed himself out a little bit.
All of a sudden, he went from all offense to nothing. Did he punch himself out?
That's what it looks like to me.
But Holyfield has to be hurt. Now he's mounting an attack. Evander Holyfield with an uppercut of his own.
Now that's unbelievable that he could come back like this.
Evander Holyfield on the attack. He landed a good and a big looping right hand from the champ.
Evander should punch low because he's missing a lot of these headshots. He's throwing too wide. He's fatigued. He should punch low and hit something.
Where in the world did Holyfield come up with this?
Now Riddick's got to let that right hand go. He's got to hold him off. Holyfield, on the other hand, he should push Riddick back. Make Riddick feel that fatigue. Make him feel his strength. One of these guys is going to have to step it up right now and step up his game.
Good jab by Bowe, and all of a sudden, Holyfield looks fresh. He lands a straight right hand and a good left hook. He's up on his toes. How is this the same
Unbelievable.
round?
Landing good shots, very good shots.
Good uppercut from Holy. Left hook, right
Unbelievable.
hand. What a round. What a round. They go to work on the champ. They went to work on each other. That was the initial shot from Bowe.
Unbelievable there. I think looking back on it right now, maybe Bowe's inexperience might have stopped him from stopping Holyfield in those moments there.
Look at that uppercut and watch as the corner pads seem to be the only thing keeping Holyfield from dropping to the canvas. He rammed into that corner pad very, very hard, but he fought back gamely.
See, when he had Bowe hurt, he threw shorter, compact punches. He threw the punches Riddick was supposed to throw.
It's hard not to get caught up into the moment, but that was perhaps one of the greatest heavyweight rounds in recent boxing history. How could you argue otherwise?
That reminded me of Ali and Frazier in Manila. It was that kind of round.
Round 11.
And here they go
Get
again.
right back to business. Bowe may have gotten the better of that exchange. Two undefeated heavyweights. One the undisputed champ. Riddick Bowe scores the knockdown. Oh, Holy does not look good. He does not look good at all.
Hey, how you feel? All right?
Bowe scores the knockdown here early in round number 11. Can he close the show?
He should dig the body too. Sneak those body shots in there on him. Shorten up his punches. Throw that right hand straight. He's got to pick up his energy like Evander would do if Riddick was in this situation.
Oh, he would be non-stop.
That's where the heart comes in.
He would be on top of him every second. Can Bowe now find that energy? He has put so much forth since the opening moments. But can he put forth just a little more to finish off the undisputed champion?
He should get back to that right hand, mix the uppercuts in there, but see, Evander's a pro. Evander's tying him up here, negating his emotions. He's slowing Riddick down.
This is almost like a second version of that last round where it started off so hot for Bowe. Can Evander rally once again?
Well, he's doing the smart thing. He's tying Riddick up. He's not allowing Riddick to come on. Riddick should set that right hand up. He's got him hurt. He's got him tired. Now there it goes. The jab is beautiful. He should let that screaming right hand go.
Right hand from Holyfield, but you can see it in his eyes. It is taking every ounce of him. He has to draw upon everything just to stay in this. Swelling around the eyes. He's dazed and battered, but he is such a warrior.
And I'll tell you, he's bouncing on his legs there because he's trying to get his legs back. His legs are definitely not 100% under him. And I think at the same time, I think Riddick probably can't believe that Evander's trading punches with him at this point.
Lesser men have taken about a 20th of this punishment and exited as TKO victims. That's just not Evander Holyfield. He will defend this undisputed title right to the very end as best he can.
Gotta let that right hand go right down the middle.
1 round to go. Riddick Bowe coming off of the 11th round in which he scored a knockdown against the undisputed heavyweight champion. On the heels of a 10th round that may go down in the history of heavyweight boxing as one of the all-time classic rounds. Now the 12th round in a fight that he is seemingly 3 minutes away from winning and claiming the heavyweight titles. 2 men undefeated who have given their all tonight. Now it's time to decide it.
Now you've got to figure, Evander's a warrior. He probably figures he's down a little bit, especially with the knockdown. I'm expecting him to come out with everything he has to defend this title. Like we said earlier, he defends the title as well as anybody ever has. I know he doesn't want to give it up. I'm expecting him to fight hard, especially towards the end of the round.
Joe Tessitore alongside John Scully. John, this is one of those epic battles where there has not been a moment of disappointment. It is giving us everything we thought it would be. One of those old-time fights where you wish it didn't have to end after 12.
Well, it reminds me of the way people describe the thrill in Manila. People that were there describe it like this. And assuming it keeps that up until the final bell, I think it's going to go down in history like that kind of fight.
Now, this reminds me of the way people used to describe some old school bare knuckles 60 rounders. Let's just go all night long, keep towing that line.
I mean, these guys, they're getting hurt, they're coming back, and the fact that Evander's only 205 pounds adds to it. You know, that adds to the mystique of the whole fight, especially in the future. People are going to talk about how small he was compared to this giant, and he's taking his good shots. Good body shot there. I think he needs headshots though at this point. He needs to dig down with, you know, knockout blows, dig down, have a big round here.
Okay, let's go. Give me a clean round. Look at it. Give me a clean round. Come on, get him out. Get him out.
Time slipping away. 3 jabs to the midsection from Bowe before Holyfield lunges in with left hooks. Nothing landing. There's a left hook that hits the target. Right hand by Riddick Bowe scores well.
See, Riddick's got that right hand. That's the one punch and that little uppercut there. I don't think Evander can do that much about. There's another right hand.
Well, the uppercut has been on target all night long. Remember, that's what put Holyfield into this position on the backside of this fight, where he's been hoping and surviving. It started off everything in the 10th round. They're punching after the bell. Hey, they don't want it to end either.
Look, Evander wants to keep going, I think.
Great fight. Just a great heavyweight title fight. And Riddick Bowe, you can sense it. They're going to explode if this goes the way most now feel it will go on the scorecards. Rock Newman, his manager, who has set the course for this moment to arrive. Riddick Bowe, who made his ring entrance tonight to the song with the lyrics, "I can feel it coming in the air tonight." A battered and bruised, undisputed heavyweight champion. They are looking at that right eye. You see the cut on the left eye. That opened up in the 8th round. Here's the knockdown in the 11th.
And that's a deadly uppercut by Bowe. Now he hits him. Well, he hit him in the back of the head there. That's a debilitating shot.
Also an illegal shot. But you can see Joe Cortez was shielded. He caught him once good. Listen, Holyfield was hurt. Holyfield was battered. And now the prayers, the dreams of Riddick Bowe. Does he have the answer he's waiting for?
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Chuck Jampa scores the bout 115 to 112. Jerry Roth scores it 117 to 110. And Dalby Shirley 117 to 110 for the winner by unanimous decision and new heavyweight champion of the world, Riddick Big Daddy Bowe!
The new king has been crowned. Could this be only the beginning? Is this the next great one? Riddick Bowe has made his case. He's the undisputed champ. For John Scully, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us.